So once you have finished downloading your copy program and a better text editor, either Notepad++ or Sublime depending on your operating system, I'd recommend you have a look at the checkpoint. Checkpoints are short little assignments that are due at the start of next week's labs. They're worth 1% of your mark. They're more of just a way of checking to make sure you understand the lab material. So don't work too hard on them. If you're ever having trouble with them, feel free to ask for help at help100@eurogino.ca. We'll look at checkpoint 1 in this video. The first part is to grab these 6 files from the CS Department FTP server. This is something that you should have already done if you went through either the lab or watched the lab videos. That was one of the first things we did in the lab. So you should already have these files. Your goal of this lab is to make the practice.html page look like this. So one of those 6 files you downloaded to your CS100 folder was this practice.html page. Right now, it has nothing but the description on it. You're going to need to add 3 subtitles, a short paragraph, and 2 lists. Now there's going to be 3 tags you need to know in order to do this. To get started with, you're going to need to open the practice.html page in whatever text editor you're using. I use Notepad++, so that's what I'll use. You can just make space under the last thing that's here. You need 3 subtitles. Subtitles are made by using an HTML command that creates headers. To create an HTML command, you have to go bracket. It's on the bottom row of your key by the M button, the less than sign. That starts an HTML instruction. The header tag is lowercase h for header, and then a size to determine how large it's going to be. Since we're making subtitles, we'll use 3. And then the closing bracket. Anything after this tag will become the title. So we could write my favorite movie here. Now the problem is going to be that the browser won't know when to stop making that title, which means you have to tell it to stop, and you do that by using an HTML closing tag. And we'll learn more about these next week, but for now you just need to know it looks almost the same as the opening tag, there's just one more part. It's bracket slash h3 bracket. This will make the first subtitle you need if you hit save. It'll look like this. You can see that as my first subtitle. I need 3 of these, so I have 1. I need 1, 2 more. So you do this 3 times. And you'll write the second one in here and the third one in here. Next, it wants you to write a paragraph about your favorite movie. To write a paragraph, you'll use the paragraph tag p. Unlike the header tag, there's no number with the paragraph tag, so it's just a p for paragraph. The reason there's no number is because there's no change in size for paragraphs. They're always the same size for fonts. You can close it on a separate line. They don't have to be on the same line. This gives you space to write. And you'll write your paragraph in here. So that will be the second part done when you're finished writing that paragraph. You'll notice as you're writing into Notepad programs, they'll just go forever to the right. If you want to bring the line down so that it's easier to read, it will not affect the way that your text looks on the page, because paragraph tags will automatically format your text to look like a paragraph. So You can see despite me having the line break in here, it all showed up on one line. This is great for writing paragraphs, not great for trying to create lists. So if you're trying to list your favorite movies, if you have a couple movies here, you'll see that despite me making them all on different lines, the web page will put them all on the same line. And that's not what we want. So to fix that, we're going to need one more tag, the last tag we need to finish the checkpoint exercise. It's called the line break tag BR. The break tag is special because there is no closing tag. So to do this, it's just bracket BR. You're going to place it between each point you want to list. And that will make it show up as the list is intended to. So now you're done these two parts. This last part everybody always overthinks. It's not complicated. We're not asking you to do anything special. We want it to say my other checkpoints, and we want you to list the other checkpoints just like how you listed this. So I'll leave that for you to finish filling in. Remember that this is due at the start of next week's labs, so feel free to take your time. And also remember that when you are done this exercise, you will need to go into either WinSCP or FileZilla, and you'll have to re-upload it to your public HTML folder and overwrite the old version, because any changes you make here are not affecting the online copy. So to submit your work for this checkpoint for next week, you'll have to re-upload it and overwrite the old version online. And then remember to check your work at uregina.ca/squiggly your username to make sure everything is working properly.